SnowTrax television has been brought to you by Snowmobiling in Ontario. There's no place like this.
So it's April 1st, and we get a phone call from the folks up in the Algoma region saying they got tons of snow and the riding's great. We're looking out our back door and we're thinking, we're ready to pull out some ATVs. This has got to be an April Fool's Day joke. Just in case, though, we loaded some sleds on the snow train and headed up to Wawa to see if this was true or not. From what we can see so far, they weren't lying.
The train station is located in downtown Sault Saint Marie, which is not accessible by sled. The only way to get your sleds to the train is by truck and trailer. The train station parking lot is big and well lit, so leaving your rig there is no problem. The snow train rolls out of the station early at 9 a.m. It's suggested you call the day before to verify exactly what time the whistle will blow the day of your trip. Figure on arriving 45 minutes early to get everything packed up and ready to go. The experienced crew at the train station will help you load your sleds and gear into the cargo cart. These guys have this process down to a science, and it only takes a few minutes to get the sleds from the trailer onto the train. Before you load up, make sure you double check your sleds and gear. It's a long ride and the cargo car is off limits during the trip. The snow train tour takes place on the Canadian side of the city of Sault Saint Marie in northern Ontario. The train itself is stationed downtown and travels north through the Canadian wilderness, ending in Hearst, Ontario. Some of the things I saw on the train ride that were both surprising and spectacular were the Montreal River. You cross it on a bridge and you can see, as far as you can see down each direction, it's beautiful. Some of the high trestle bridges that you cross, high trestle is the right description, they're huge. Big curves while the train's traveling, and you can look down either side and it's hundreds of feet down. It's spectacular. The views really are what the train ride is all about. Because you're running along the sides of mountains and hills and things, you can see further than you would normally get to, even on a snowmobile. So being able to ride the train gives you another experience to the snowmobile aspect and the snowmobile ride that is the snow train tour. The train is really a big part of it, and it was really, really interesting and exciting to be able to do that.
The whole train ride on the snow train was really amazing. Like I really enjoyed it, just hanging out with friends, and just, you know, it was really relaxing, really laid back, and the scenery. Just going through northern Ontario, it was absolutely amazing.
I think the combination with this trip, by being able to combine a train ride where you're sitting in a big car together with only getting to a destination, then the riding, really makes this a special ride. You're able to enjoy the company, see the scenery that's pretty spectacular, and go over gorges and rivers that you wouldn't be close to on a snowmobile, but then combining that with a ride. So I always hate taking the same trail in the same direction twice, so this way you're only doing it once, and it's a great vacation.
The snow train tour, as we're doing it from Sault Saint Marie to Wawa on the train and then back, is really a 2-day tour. The train takes approximately 6 hours, so you can't physically ride home from Wawa to Sault. If you've taken the train in the morning, there's not enough time. So it's kind of a nice breakup of your time, because it makes things more relaxed. The train ride day is very relaxing. There's not really anything else to do when you're on the train besides spend time with your friends and family. The ride ends here in Hawke Junction. Now, our host Mark from the Best Northern Motel has met us on his sled to take us the 17 kilometers into Wawa for the next leg of the trip. We decided to get off the train at Hawke Junction, which is a short 10-mile ride from the town of Wawa, Ontario. But there are many alternate options for the tour, including riding the train all the way to Hearst, which makes the ride back a 2-day journey. It's also possible to ride your sleds north and catch the train home. So we spent all day yesterday on the train, which was beautiful. But today we're looking to spend some time on the trail. Mark and Teresa from the Best Northern took great care of us and even set us up with one wicked breakfast this morning, but we gotta get rolling. The second day is the ride, and it's a big ride. I mean, this is gonna take us all day to get back to the Sault. Spectacular trails, excellent snow conditions, and that's the second half of the trip. Being able to go for a whole day that's sort of relaxed and laid back, and then a whole day that's a real ride, you got to put on miles. It's a neat comparison, and it's neat to be able to do that. It's been a lot of fun for the guys that we're with, relaxing and hanging out together, and then putting on some hard miles too.
It's April 3rd in Ontario, sun shining. You don't have to wear all of the heavy-duty clothes that you have to wear for the balance or the start of the winter. And we've got 5 feet of snow if you get off the trail. And this is a normal winter up here. This is a condition you can expect by coming up here in April.
The day that we left for the trip, the conditions at home weren't that great. It was raining and warm, and all the snow was melting. But once we got further north, the rain changed to snow, and then we found out that up in Wawa they had a huge snowstorm. They had over a foot of snow, fresh snow. So right away I was really excited, and I couldn't wait to get there.
When you're doing this tour, when you get on the train and you look at the map and you think, okay, I got to ride back from Wawa to the Sault. It's a scary looking trip. It's huge. It's a long ride. It's 180 miles or so, around that area anyway. And it looks like there's absolutely nothing between Wawa and Sault Saint Marie, which isn't true. We've come upon a little restaurant gas bar here. It's called Halfway Haven. It's your only stop along the way. They've been doing this for 10 years, and they served us a great meal. They filled their sleds with gas, which is all that really mattered, and it's gonna be enough to get us home. So basically, don't be afraid when you're looking at this trip. Don't think you gotta carry a $5 per sled to get you home. A little bit of spare gas might not be a bad idea, but there are services between Wawa and the Sault, enough services to get you back in one piece safely, and it's not as scary as you think it is. And when you show up at Halfway Haven, you'll know you've arrived, and they will too.
I've been involved with snowmobiling for a long, long time. I'm the old guy on the trip, but it gives me great pleasure to be coming back to this part of Northern Ontario. When I first became involved with snowmobiling within the OFSC, this whole trail or trip would have been impossible. Would have been for the absolute adventure, having to tow trailers full of gas to make it work. And today it's doable by anyone who wants to just see nature.
When I was first asked to go on this trip, I didn't really know what to expect, because the furthest north I've ever been in Ontario is North Bay area, and I haven't really had a chance to really go up north. It's definitely a one-in-a-lifetime experience.
I would say it's been a surprising experience for a Southern Ontario rider like myself to see a different part of the province. The snowmobiling up here is second to almost nothing. You'd be hard-pressed to find better riding, particularly this time of year. So I'm a happy camper right now, and I'm actually considering doing this next year, not for work, just for fun, coming up here with some friends and doing this ride because I've had such a good time. So as a whole, great experience, and one I will definitely participate in again.